Hey guys, it's Zachary from HardwareZone. Now, if you click on a video that says Huawei Watch GT2E, don't worry, you're in the right place. The reason why I'm packing this Fitbit Charge 4 is because that was the previous video that I did. Shooting these back to back just so I can have all the information that, I don't forget anything. It's because these two products actually have a lot in common, and I'll probably be making some comparisons later on. So if you actually do want to check out the Fitbit Charge 4 video first, while I finish doing this, go ahead. Let's talk about the Huawei Watch GT2E. Now, the GT2E is basically the sport version of the GT2, which was launched last year. So what's different here is that there's actually a design change for the GT2E. It still is a 46mm watch. In fact, it only comes in 46mm now. You don't get a smaller 42mm version. They've also changed the casing design. So it loses the lugs for the band. Instead, it now comes in like this one piece curved case design, so that even the strap curves around, it sort of snaps on, so there's no gap between the watch face and the strap. What this gives you is sort of like a better fit to your wrist as well, because it's curved. They've also changed how the buttons are. Right, in the Watch GT2 you had round buttons that are protruding. In the Watch GT2E you have rectangular buttons that are much closer to the body, and this actually solves one of the big problems I had with the GT2, is that if you used it for exercising and you were doing things that require your wrist extension, like push-ups, you can see, the buttons would always hit your wrist, and you would either activate or deactivate something and accidentally press something, and that was quite a pain. With the GT2E, that has now been fixed. You no longer accidentally press buttons. Other than the design, inside the watch is almost exactly the same as the GT2. You get a 1.39-inch touch AMOLED display. This is 454 by 454 pixels. That's exactly the same as the GT2. You get 4GB built-in memory. You get 5 ATM 50-meter water resistance. These are all the same specs as the GT2. All the sensors on the GT2E are the same as well. Heart rate monitor, blood oxygen monitor, built-in GPS, Bluetooth 5.1. These are all exactly the same. It also retains 14-day battery life, just like the GT2. Now, there is one thing that's missing though. The GT2E does not include a built-in microphone and speakerphone. The GT2E basically has 4 major new features, and I'm using quotation marks because these features are not hardware features. These are software features that you get from a firmware upgrade. And technically these features will also make it to the GT2, so it's not exclusive to the GT2E. Feature number 1, SpO2 meter. Now, there's already an SpO2 sensor on the GT2 and the GT2E. It's already in the watch. It's not something new, and Huawei uses that for its sleep readings, and you can VO2 max readings when you go out for outdoor run. But you could never manually activate an SpO2 reading. Now you can. Now there's an option in the watch settings. So now there is an actual SpO2 setting in the watch where you can get a reading manually whenever you want. So that's one. Number 2, it now has automatic workout detections. With the new firmware on the GT2E, you actually can enable that. It's also in the settings. There is now workout settings where you can have automatic activity detection. It basically detects 4 things: walking, running, an elliptical machine, and a rowing machine. And this is less than the Fitbit Charge 4. The Fitbit Charge 4 detects 7 different activities, including swimming. This only detects 4. However, the detection mode on the GT2e I kind of prefer more than on the Charge 4. If you use automatic detection on the Fitbit Charge 4, you don't actually get GPS readings. On the Watch GT2e, what I've noticed is that when it detects a run, it actually gives you a prompt. So the watch will buzz, it gives you a prompt that, hey, are you running? Then if you actually press yes, if you start the activation, it will track your run. That includes GPS as well. So that's actually a plus for the GT2e. The third new feature on the Watch GT2e is more of a marketing gimmick. Now with the Watch GT2, you had 15 like professionally tracked activities that the watch can track. With the GT2e, those 15 activities remain, but now Huawei's marketing that it can track up to 100 activities. There's 85 new activities that the watch can track out. This was amazing. This blew my mind. It's like the sensors are all the same. How can it do so much more? Until I checked it out, what it does is that Huawei has added like 85 new labels for activities. This includes everything from spinning to HIIT, aerobics, yoga, Pilates, all the way to jazz dancing, a Latin dance, darts. Is that even a workout? Huh? I actually tried to do some workouts at home for a couple of days. I did similar sort of, body weight workouts, push-ups, sit-ups, and those kind of things, just workouts at home. And I tried to use these different settings just to see if there's any difference to it, what they do. There isn't. In the 15 workout modes, there's actually one catch-all mode called Others. What these 85 brand new workouts are basically just an additional label for others. So it doesn't actually track exactly what that workout does that's specific to that workout. It's just a nice way of labeling your workouts. It's not really the watch can track 85 new activities. Lastly, the Watch GT2e can now act as a remote shutter for your Huawei phone. Now, this is specifically a feature for people who have bought into the Huawei ecosystem. Just to take note that this requires a phone that uses EMUI 10.1, not EMUI 10, 10.1, which is the latest version that was shipped with the P40 series of devices, which means that you can only use it if you have a P40 or P40 Pro at the moment. Of course, as more and more devices get upgraded to 10.1, you'll be able to get to use this feature as well. After actually messing around with the GT2e for an extended period and the Fitbit Charge 4, I've come to a realization that the GT2e is the best fitness tracker that you can get today, period. Notice that I say fitness tracker and not smartwatch, right? It's because this isn't a smartwatch. I mean, we have to be realistic here, but if you're looking at this as a fitness tracker, this is by far the best thing that is available on the market today. Why do I say that? Now, this is where the comparisons come in. Now, when the Huawei Watch GT2 came out, I tested that along with the Fitbit Versa 2. I tested that with Garmin Venue, with the Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2, and I'm not going to say like how accurate it is. It's very hard to determine accuracy across different products that have very different software algorithms, the way that it scans, the way that it refreshes, the way that it updates the screen, updates the display or updates the app. And there's always going to be a variable there. As far as hardware is concerned, I find that the Watch GT2e is just as good as the big boys, and it does it all. So the GT2e has the same battery life as the GT2, 455 milliamp battery, runs on the Kirin A1 processor with its advanced power saving features. So 2 weeks of battery life, one of the longest for any smartwatch or wearable in the market right now. But some people would say that why do you need a 2-week battery life? Because anything above a week is more of bragging rights. I think that's missing the point, because having a 2-week battery life doesn't mean you want to use a watch for 2 weeks on a day-to-day basis. Having a 2-week battery life means you can use the watch when it actually counts. Like for example, the Fitbit Charge 4 has a 1-week battery life. Now that's half the battery life of the GT2e, but if you look at the specifications, Fitbit claims that battery life drops down to just 5 hours if you use the Charge 4 with GPS continuously. And with the GT2e, Huawei claims with GPS and tracking continuously running, it can go up to 30 hours. Now that's 6 times more than the Charge 4. So if you're into those kind of super endurance sports that takes up to a day or even more than a day, then one of the only devices that would last that long while continuously tracking would be the GT2e. But in terms of software, I actually like how Huawei does and presents its data more than the Charge 4. And if you look at even the watch itself, because this is also a color OLED screen, and if you check out your workout records, for example, it gives you very, very detailed information about your workout, about your run, everything from your steps to your pace, distance, calories burned, all the regular stuff, but also elevation, right? Detailed charts for heart rate and heart rate zones. This is very similar to the active sort of zone minutes. Okay, not the active zone minutes, but it also does calculate heart rate zones, and it gives you this breakdown of where you were in your workout. But it gives, besides all these things, it also gives you something like a training effect. How well your workout is based on your personal fitness, whether your fitness is sort of improved with that workout or deproved, or you're maintaining, whether you're in an aerobic or anaerobic sort of fitness for the workout. And let me find this. There's also something like a recovery time, so it even like calculates the workout that you've done, how effective that workout is, and how long it takes for you to sort of recover fully until you can perform a similar intense workout. And I like that it provides this kind of information. It just doesn't throw information in your face. It doesn't like just give you everything. It actually analyzes some of this information and gives you a feedback, gives you an analysis. Now, the thing is, if this looks familiar to you, this is actually not a Huawei thing, as in it's not a Huawei developed system. Huawei uses a third-party analytics sort of algorithm, and that's Firstbeat. The other big fitness company that uses Firstbeat algorithms and metrics for their fitness data is Garmin. Yeah, so if you have a Garmin product, you would find that all this information seems very familiar. Yeah, that's Firstbeat. As far as I'm concerned, the Watch GT2e has the hardware to match any of the big boys. It has the software to match any of the big boys, and that is why it is just as advanced a fitness tracker as anything from Fitbit or Garmin out there. But why am I saying that this is the best fitness tracker? It's because the Watch GT2e goes for 218 Singapore dollars. That makes it the most advanced fitness tracker at this price. The Charge 4 is 248 for the standard edition and 278 for the special edition. The Watch GT2e has one edition and it's $218. It's really no-brainer here, guys. The only thing that the GT2e doesn't have that the Charge 4 has is Fitbit Pay, NFC payment. If you want more comparisons, it has a color screen. It has onboard memory, so you can load songs in it. It can link independently to Bluetooth headsets, so you can actually go out running and have music with you and have GPS, which connects much faster, by the way. When I tested the Charge 4, it took about half a minute to a minute to get a solid connection. The GT2e does that in 3 seconds flat. So fast GPS, local music, local storage, Bluetooth headset connectivity, and all the metrics and sensors that you need for $218. Best fitness tracker that you can get today. Hey guys, before you go, don't forget to check out HardwareZone.com for more of our articles, trends, reviews. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Join in the conversation. Like and subscribe to our YouTube if you want to see more of these videos. Do it.